What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Dos RC coming at you with another video. What are we doing today, boys? Today is the day that we install the beautiful Cobra Racing bulkheads on this beast of a machine, the Traxxas sledge. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Never used these before, so we're gonna find out together how well they're made. So to make this video go by quicker, I've decided that I'm gonna do time lapse, and in the moments that I'm gonna do time lapse, I'm probably not gonna be talking because you're not gonna know what I'm saying anyways if it's on time lapse. So Proline Badlands MX 38s belted with their aluminum hex adapter. Those things are expensive. The wheels and the adapters. If you know Proline tires, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This rim is actually cracked. Been running like that for years. There you go. Now you can see more or less these upgraded hubs. These are Amazon special. And so far I have one, maybe two bashes on them, and no issues whatsoever. The only issue was on my last bash I broke this pin, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So we're gonna start with the front clip. I'm gonna remove all these screws and the two in the front, and then see what else we got under there. I think we need to disconnect the front tower to chassis brace, this tower to tower brace, and also the servo link and the two bolts that attach the steering posts on the bottom. Sorry guys, forgot to tilt the camera back up. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go underneath now. So we need these two and these two. Yeah. Okay. Yep, there it is. And she's loose. I'm gonna have to come back and clean that before reinstalling. It's crazy how dirty these RCs get. Center dog bone. Look at these. Perfectly straight hinge pins still. Or still perfectly straight. Sometimes I'd hate to admit, but traxxas does do some things a lot better than Arma. For example, their plastics, way better than Arma's. I don't think I've ever broken an arm on my sledge. The only things I've ever broken are hinge pins. Which is crazy. So obviously I'm gonna have to remove this sway bar kit. So let's do that. I should probably reposition that light. Let me do that real quick. I hope that helps. So you guys can see clearly what I'm doing. There's a front sway bar. Now we need to loosen the shock towel. Yeah. This one, this one, this one, this one are really long. Why isn't it? That's why. We got these two back here. There we go. That's one bulkhead freed. A lot of screws. Definitely a lot more than Arma. Whoa. Alright, so I repositioned the camera. I got some paper towel down because I'm trying not to get too much longest screws known to man. Try not to get too much dirt into the differential gears. Anyways, just leave those over there. There's that. And then we have these two here, and that should come apart. Whoa. Don't remember if that's supposed to be two pieces or one piece, and it just broke. It looks like it's supposed to be two pieces. Here's our differential and our ring gear. I'm sorry, our pinion gear. I don't think we'll be using those bearings or these for that matter, although I don't feel like taking this thing apart to replace them because they're still pretty good. I'm gonna clean this up because it's a mess, and then we'll get it reinstalled into the new Cobra racing bulkhead. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright, so I cleaned it up a bit, and there's the hardened steel ring gear. This is an upgrade. And here's the upgraded pinion gear. Also an upgrade. I already said that, right? Anyways, so the gears look pretty good. I did have to retighten these screws as this is a plastic case, and they like to come I wouldn't say how do I explain it? They don't come completely loose, but they do loosen up a little bit over time after you run it. It's just the the wear and vibration. So anytime I'm in the differentials, even though I'm not opening this, I always retighten these 4 screws, whether it be Arma, Traxxas, or any other RC car. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that you want to do. So here's the upgrade. There's the stock. Let's put them side by side. Can't get this one to stay closed. So yeah, check it out. working. I have it on this selfie stick, the camera. I'm trying to get you a close-up, and the selfie stick is sitting on the ground, so here we go. So this bulkhead should add strength and rigidity, especially to these gears, preventing them from ever stripping out. So that's the main reason why you want to do an outbreak like this. And on the other hand, it looks awesome sitting in your RC car. Alright, so I cleaned everything up, the chassis as well, and we're going to start installing everything back. We still have to do the rear one, so I'll try to speed things up here. That's a nice fit. Weird. I guess they expect you to use the stock outer bearing. Go. Just trying not to touch this greasy mess. So yeah, it looks like they want you to use the stock outer bearing. Just stay in there for me as a backup. Let me clean this bearing up. So they give you 4 bearings. One for in there. One that goes here you use from the stock, and then these 2 go on your differentials. But I'm not replacing them because they're still good. So I'll be putting those back in the bag and label them traxxas sledge diff bearings. And they'll be in my parts box for replacement parts. This thing was gross. Just trying to remove this crud that's in the center. So it doesn't end up inside the diff. Alright. Bearing feels nice. Let me try this one. Yeah, that's a nice fit, but they fall right out. So extra bearings. Let's get our pinion gear in. I should probably clean the face of this. Put a little Loctite on this. And get that installed. It's a little bit loose. I could put actually, you know what, I think I do have shims that might work on this, but let's put the differential in there and see what it feels like. Wrong way. So you probably can't hear that, but I'm pretty happy with that. If anything, I would want to put a shim here to prevent this from going like that, but that's just the plastic. The actual metal cup is not moving in and out, so that's fine. That doesn't bother me. So then we put this piece, and boom. We have a sexy differential ready to go back inside. It needs screws first, so it does come with its own hardware. Let's put those off to the side. It's a lot of hardware. So for this, I'm gonna use a hand tool or a hand wrench to reinstall this. So I think these two go here. These were the shortest. That's a lot. So one there, one there. Those are the long screws, but see how much shorter they are? They probably don't go, the threads probably don't go in as far as those did. Interesting. Okay, so these two were these here. I'm just trying to match up the right size screws. I don't always work on my sledge, so I don't have the screws memorized like I do with the Yarmas. I hope I can get the shock tower in. Okay. Yeah, that feels really good. That's perfect. so sick. Alright, so this is the B block. This goes right here. I don't remember if the screws, the long screws, went in from the front or from the back. I think they went in from the back. So let's put these here. Wow, why did that one go in so easy? Hold on. That's not weird. What's going on here? So that's definitely like just spinning in place. Maybe those don't go in the front. I mean in the back. Wow. Okay, so this does go through all the way. So maybe then you're supposed to use the stock long screws, because I don't see any that are this long in this new hardware bag. What was weird is that one of these, out of these two, one of them actually caught onto something, but the other one didn't. So that's a little bit concerning, guys. But let's see. Let's clean it up a bit. Okay. Okay, now it's bottoming out. What is going on here? Am I tripping? This one just bottomed out. Yeah. I don't know, guys. That's not good. That's not good at all. obviously I can't see inside those threads, so I have no idea what the heck is going on. This one stops there. This one stops sooner. So I need two different size screws now? Like what? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so this section is not threaded at all. So the threads start here. And they bottom out there. Where's the other one? I might have to take this thing apart. Yeah, so see how that one bottoms out before that one? What's the deal with that? I no comprende. Shouldn't do that. Yeah, see? Oh, dude. What happens if I keep going? Is it gonna break inside there? Yeah, it could. If I force it. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. Cobra Racing, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, these are both the same size. I guess I could fix this by just cutting these down, right? Right, but I shouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't want you guys to have to do that. That's not fair. These aren't cheap. So that's a bummer. That is a bummer, guys. My camera shut off, so I tried putting this one that came with the hardware bag back in there, and still it's for whatever reason not catching. It's like this side's not long enough, and I think it's because you see how this side has this little like a catch. So on that side the screw catches this and it's not a problem. On this side, however, the threads are in deeper because it doesn't have this raised edge because it's on the other side of the case. So see, they key into each other. The problem with that is that you kind of need one screw to be slightly longer than the other. And that's something that they should have figured out. You know what I mean? Cobra Racing, if you will watch this, that's not good because not everybody's going to be able to figure that out. So on the right side, you can use the screw that comes with the hardware, right? On the left side, you need the screw that comes with your stock bulkhead. And then what you need to do is cut like, I don't know, what's that? Two, 3 millimeters maybe from the screw. I haven't done it yet, but when I try to use this on this side, it bottoms out, and I'm afraid to keep torquing it because if it breaks off inside there, and if it breaks off like where I can't get to it, I'm gonna be screwed. This is gonna be rendered useless. So the best thing to do is to just cut this screw 3 millimeters. Use the hardware screw that comes with the bulkheads on the right side, and use the stock screw on this side. Just is what it is. Again, I've never used Cobra Racing in the past. This is my first time, and it's not a pleasant experience, guys. These things were $130 between the two of them. That's not, chump change to some of us, like probably to most of us. We work hard for our money. And if a company is going to sell their products, then they need to make sure that their products are perfect for the consumer. I'm sorry, but I have not reached out to them. Obviously, this is my first time putting this together, but I will to see what they say, and I will definitely let you guys know. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this off camera and install it, and then I'll bring you guys back once it's all put together. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Alright, guys. We are continuing with this installation of the Cobra Racing bulkheads for the Traxxas sledge. And we ran into an issue where the hardware for the bulkheads, you get two of these in there, and then these are the really long ones that come with the stock bulkhead. So unfortunately, when you put the hinge pin block in and you try to screw in these screws that come with the bulkhead, they bottom out on one side, and one side goes in fine, the other side doesn't is not long enough, and it's because this side, the threads are out more, and this side the threads are in more because there's keyed pieces on there. I don't know if you can see it, but so what I had to do was I couldn't use this because it was too long, which is the stock one, right? This one I could use on one end, right, which is the right side, I believe. But the left side, I had to use the stock one, but I had to cut like 3 millimeters off of it with a Dremel. So Cobra Racing, if you're listening, either fix the bulkhead or give us the hardware and specify it on a piece of paper or something. Right side gets the short screw, left side gets the longer screw. Don't know why they did it that way. I had to figure that out on my own. Not a big deal to me, but I'm sure other people out there might have an issue trying to figure out why the hardware isn't working the way it's supposed to. So I went ahead and finished the front. We got some udder butter in there. That looks pretty sick. Got the sway bars installed. And now we're gonna get it back on the truck. So I got the chassis cleaned up. So that is ready for a nice clean install. Check that out, boys. I think it looks pretty nice. It's definitely gonna add a lot of rigidity and strength now, especially to those gears inside. Alright, now we get to do the back. So for the back, I'm just gonna put when I start taking all the screws off, I'm gonna put it on time lapse so that everything goes by really quick for you guys as far as this assembly goes. If I notice anything out of the ordinary or any broken parts, I'll come back and talk about it. But if not, I'll just stop it when everything's disassembled and I'm ready to start installing the rear bulkhead. Alright, so stick around. We'll be right back. Alright, I'm ready. There it is. The rear clip is off. Look at all that dirt, man. I recently had this RC apart too. I probably have 3 runs on it since I put it back together. And look at all the crap that's in there. It's crazy to me how dirty these things get, how quickly dirty they get. So every chance I get, when I have it taken apart, I clean wherever I can. Okay, I think that's good. Come back and do a final touch up before I reinstall everything. Okay. On to the bulkhead. I'm just wondering if I have to remove this body mounting thing. My God, so dirty. I gotta remember to put these O-rings back in here. Otherwise it spits out the dog bones in the rear. Alright guys, I'm gonna clean up this differential, get all that old grease off of it, and then we need this bearing, and then I will bring you guys back. Alright, I got this cleaned up, and so the hardware, the new hardware comes with, or rather the new bulkheads come with bearings, except for the outer one here. You need the stock one for that, just right there. But they give you bearings for the differentials themselves. These go right here, which I'm not gonna replace them because these feel pretty smooth still. So I just need one from this bag. And then we can start assembling. Nice fit. Nice fit. Very nice. Pinion gear goes in. I'm not gonna put that on just yet, because I have to put it on with the dog bone. So I'll do that once everything is installed. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I always like to retighten these, especially on stock plastic housings, because over time they do come loose a tiny bit. The ALS armas are notorious for these screws backing out of the plastic diff cases. Alright, here we go. So let me test the mesh real quick. Let's see. I'm going to hold the pinion gear. That's really good. Perfect, actually. So now we need 2 screws here, here, and the other 2. This is where I need the hardware bag. It's so hard to open these bags with gloves on. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Beautiful. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put udder butter on there. Or grease. So let's do that. Fresh grease. Put a little bit more on this side. Try to use this thing sparingly because it's udder butter. If you know, you know. It's good stuff. It's the best. I actually don't know if it's the best, but everybody and their mama is using it on YouTube and online. Every video I see, almost everybody has udder butter, so I'd figure I'd jump on the bandwagon and get me some udder butter. Is this waterproof grease? Super waterproof grease. But I don't understand why they don't fill it all the way. So this is a 60 milliliter container, but they only filled it to 1 ounce. They should give you the whole damn thing filled. whatever. Anyway, so now I get to mess around with the two screws that don't want to fit properly. Actually, I do need the C block. My back hurts, guys. Alright. You can tell how old this ledge is by looking at this C block. Look at the wear on it. Even over here on the top, the bottom. This is the stock C block. I should tell you how old it is. Alright. So that goes like that. So this one is going to go on the right side. And this one is the one that goes all the way through and catches without a problem. See? Nice and tight. But this one, on the other hand, see? It's already in all the way. Look. It's just spinning. Because it's not actually catching the threads. So we need the stock one, but the stock one is too long for these bulkheads. That's it. It doesn't go any further, but as you can see, it's not flush with the plastic, and you can tell there's light coming through. Here, let me show you with a flashlight. You see how there's light coming through between the C block and the bulkhead? Look at the other side. There's no light on the other side. So that's how I know that this screw is, it's in as far as it'll go, but it's not holding the C block up against the bulkhead like it's supposed to. You know what I mean? It's not making that pressure like that. It's not sandwiching the C block to the bulkhead like it's supposed to, and that's a problem. So in order to fix that, we need to cut like 2 to 3 millimeters off this stock screw, and I shouldn't have to do that, and neither should you. Cobra Racing needs to get their act together, and if they're gonna make RC products, that look cool and beautiful in 7075, then they gotta make sure all their ducks are in a row. That's all I'm saying. If I made something and sold it to the public, to you guys, I wouldn't want you guys having to figure out why my product doesn't work the way it's supposed to, or doesn't go back on your RC the way that the stock parts go back on. So what do you guys think about that? Leave it in the comments down below. And if you're still with me, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me this long. I know this is a very long video, and nonetheless, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Always feel free to leave anything in the comments down below if you have questions or thoughts, or if you just want to talk to me about what you're building, what you're working on. I'd love to hear it. So leave it in the comments. So I'm gonna cut this stock screw. So I'm gonna do that off camera. I have to cut off like that much. Right, like that much. Okay, be right back. Alright, so I just cut this. Now let's try it. Bingo. Beautiful. There we go. Alright guys. Alright guys. Let's continue with this upgrade. So we got the differential in there. Oh, great. These O-rings like to fall out. Just put it over here for now. Now we gotta get it back in here. Hook it up to the shock tower. This is always fun. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's that side. Let's get this O-ring in there. Come on. Whatever. This is annoying. Okay. O-rings in there. Alright, that's sitting in the hinge pin block. Now we have to put the D block on. Let's clean this up a bit. Okay. do it like this first. Okay. All right. Now let's get some screws in here to hold it in place. That's pretty long. So I guess we could use these. Hope they don't bottom out. Nope. Too long. This is so annoying. You have to guess which ones go where because the holes are not the same size or length as the stock bulkhead. And there's no directions. Okay, these worked. Alright. Now we can install the shock tower. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, same size. Oh, those are really small. Interesting. Okay. Let's try these long ones. Over here on the ears. Looks like it went through all the way. Okay. Now we'll do these. Actually, you know what? I should have saved those for the brace. Too much Loctite. Oh well. Oh cool. Why does that go all the way through like that? What the heck? Am I tripping? Maybe they need to be longer. I'll use these stock ones. There we go. So all right, now we just go and make sure everything is torqued nice and tight. I did those yesterday. Gotta make sure I don't do the same mistake I did in the front bulkhead. Brace. Hopefully I can get this in there. There we go. Now we put these two button head ones going down into those two holes there. Nope, not long enough. Maybe these. Nope. Still not long enough. So I guess it takes these which are really, really long. That one feels like it bottoms out. What is going on here, man? Why do I feel like I'm in a twilight zone all the time when it comes to these bulkheads? Jesus. Is that why? It has to. Alright, there we go. Jeez Louise. Let me make sure this thing is seated properly. There we go. The brace wasn't seated properly on the bulkhead. So annoying. Alright. One more screw, which is the one that goes right here. Let's try this one. Nope. Too long. Yeah, it's the same size. Okay. And there we go. She's ready to go back on the truck. Oh, no, wait. I'm missing the sway bar. Okay, 1, 2. Alright, sway bar is in. Now we just need the little doohickey cover. These tiny screws. My fiance just got home. She had a checkup today. We're expecting a baby boy in March. All right. Now she's ready to go back in. Okay. Pretty sure I got all the screws that I needed to get in there. Let me let me grab the camera. Do a quick little. All right. Check it out, guys. That looks absolutely stunning. Wow. She is ready to go. Love the way it looks. We had some issues with the 2 screws, but other than that, I'm very happy with these bulkheads from Cobra Racing. The tolerances for the bearings were pretty good, and the mesh for the ring and pinion was really good, actually. No shims needed. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. The Traxxas sledge. Beast of a truck. Alright. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. I know it was a long one. Thanks again for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. And if you watched till the end, thank you even more. You're amazing. And I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. I appreciate the support that you guys have shown me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Keep on bashing. Dos RC out. Peace.